We are having a robust conversation tonight right here on Ask the Ministers of God. A very interesting topic, a topic that is affecting virtually most families, even right here in our country, Kenya. We are talking about family conflicts and rivalry. They might have very grave effects, and quite a number of people maybe are taking that for granted. They are thinking that they can continue with other businesses, even in their ministry, without looking into this particular issue. But tonight, we want to set things straight so that we can serve God with the satisfaction. On set is Apostle Dan Gishimu, our resident minister in this particular topic and in this particular show. And tonight, we also have a very, very great panel of Julius Musau, also helping us to look at this particular subject. Continue giving us your contribution. And of course, we'll continue to be glad to look at some of the opinions in far as this particular topic is concerned. Apostle Dan Gishimu, coming back to you, like Minister Julius had already said, and this is something that maybe quite a number of people are doing, and maybe they are thinking, or maybe the argument is that what used to happen maybe in the early 90s, or maybe even 18, 17, during those particular years, the argument is that things have changed. We do not maybe expect certain members of family to behave the way they used to behave because of maybe how nature has evolved. How valid is this particular argument?
I agree with you. Things have changed. Technologically, things have changed. And the changes are there. However, when it comes to family matters, this was established by God himself. Although technology may change, but there are things according to the establishment of God, they are not supposed to change.
That's right.
And that is about the family. Remember, what was established by God remains. And it should be so. So, what we are supposed to do in order to maintain what has been established by God is getting to understand, getting to know. There is no way, of course, I had some people say, that because things have evolved, things have changed, we should also change the Bible. That cannot happen. It will never happen. And of course, people have tried even to change the Bible over the years. It has never succeeded. Even if Christ tarries for another 2,000 years, that is not going to change. Because this is God's word. Heaven and earth will pass away, but God's word will remain forever. So when it comes to matters concerning family, it cannot be otherwise. Because this is like a protocol of how it is like in heaven. So the way the family is in heaven is the way that it's supposed to be here on earth. So it is people who have been deviating from God's standards. And the moment people deviate from God's standards, of course, you don't expect things to be okay. Things, of course, will be wrong. And therefore, all we are supposed to do is to work hard, to maintain our families. If things go wrong, people can sit and talk. People can resolve issues. And of course, there are those, and thank God for those of you who have had some family issues, you have sat down and you have sorted out issues. But woe unto them, because they are also there, that the husband and the wife, though sharing the same bed, they don't talk to each other. I hear when they want to communicate, and they use WhatsApp and SMS, such things are not supposed to happen. People are supposed to talk to one another, resolve the issues, face the issues head on. But you see, something we call pride is very bad. Because somebody feels, I cannot talk with him because he did to me this or the other. And then, you have that pride that, so long as I'm the man, although the man is the head, but you can also make some mistakes, and sometimes you are supposed to say sorry. In fact, you are more of a gentleman if you can be able to admit responsibility even when you are wrong. And that's the only way that you can correct yourself.
Yeah.
So what I would say here is, although other things are changing, but when it comes to matters of families, that will never change.
Yeah.
For example, God says he hates divorce.
Yeah.
You cannot divorce, and then you remarry, and then you preach.
Yeah.
It can't.
You are a liar.
It's true.
I will just say it bluntly, because that's the way I know it from the scriptures.
Yeah.
Because God says he hates it.
Yes.
And God has not come back again and telling us now, I love divorce. You can go ahead and divorce. Remember, even when there was conversation with the Pharisees in the olden days, talking, but Moses allowed us to, to divorce. Jesus told them, yes, Moses allowed you because of your stubbornness. And it's unfortunate, because as people, as stubborn as they were during the time of Moses,
Yeah.
so they are even today. But that is not going to change God's standards.
Wow. Wow.
A
Wow.
family should remain intact.
Amen.
People should solve problems.
People should.
They can look for people
Yes.
that can mediate. Mediators are allowed. Counselors are there. We have men of God who can help such families. But families should stay together, because when families are not together, a lot of things go wrong. Children, in most cases, they become the victims.
Wow.
They are not a part of the conflict sometimes, but they become victims because of the conflict between the two.
Thank you so much, Apostle. You've put it very well, and I think this is something that I would also want to, Elder Julius to also weigh in on that, because when you are looking at, or what you're talking about, resolving issues that are actually happening in the families, in relation to families agreeing, does it mean that families have to maybe agree on anything or everything? Do you look at differences and conflicts? Okay? So where is it that maybe people should know that we can maybe disagree on this particular issue as family members, maybe even between the husband and the wife, or maybe the parents and the children. But even as we look at this particular matter on different ways, but then it does not mean that now this one maybe should bring rivalry or enmity or conflict in the family. And I think this has actually been the bone of contention and maybe the gist of the problem in so many families. How do we tackle this?
Yeah, so I want to start by concurring with the Apostle Bichim that times have changed and technology has changed. We live in a dynamic world, and that does not change God's principles, because things may change, but the principle of God must remain. God himself instituted the families, and there is that setup that I talked about in Ephesians, and it has to be adhered to. So when a conflicts arise in a family, and differences, of course, which do arise, there is need to sit and talk, like the husband can call the wife, and they talk over that, and they agree. At times they may disagree, but now when they reach that point of disagreement, that is now an important step of bringing in the third person now,
Right.
yeah, as an advisor to come and talk to them, and they can resolve their conflicts by doing it like that way. And then another thing is about submission, which is highly emphasized in the Bible. In fact, Ephesians 5:21 talks of the husband and the wife submitting to one another. So there is need to submit, and before the husband submits to the wife, he must also realize that he has an authority over him, Jesus Christ. So when he submits under Jesus Christ, I believe God knows the family better maybe than even the two, and he can see how he can advise this man to resolve that family issue. So the other issue is about communication. So when conflict arises in a family, the differences, they interfere with the proper communication between the two. And when there is communication breakdown, many things go wrong. You start throwing words against each other,
becoming suspicious
and
of each other.
suspicious, and become rivals actually. You become enemies. Okay, I remember one case. Maybe I can give an example of a couple. One time they were actually living on that kind of a crisis, communication breakdown, because of conflicts in their marriage. So one time, the husband was invited to go for an interview. The following day, so he came home, and when they went to bed, he wrote a note to the wife, because they could not talk, that tomorrow at 5, please do wake me up. And he put the note on the table.
Yes.
Okay, so the wife apparently woke up and got the note on the table, and she turned the paper and wrote the other side, "It is 5, wake up," and she put the note there. So, but then the husband was overtaken by sleep, and he missed the interview. See, those are results and outcomes of poor communication between the two. So I want to ask the families, whenever conflicts arise in the family, it is not the end of their life. It is always good to sit down and address issues, talk over them, address those differences, but based on the word of God, and involve Jesus Christ.
Yes.
To be actually a mediator of those conflicts, and then prayer must be upheld. Anytime you pray together, in fact, there is a caption that I've always been seeing, that a family that prays together is a family that stays together, and that is true. Okay, so prayer is key. There are many things that maybe you may not understand, because these people come from different backgrounds. We are very different. But I may not understand my wife at times, and she may not understand me. But now there is a higher person, Jesus Christ, who was involved in our creation and our makeup. He knows us. So he can help me when I go to prayer to understand my wife. And that can also be a way of resolving the conflicts that arise in our families.
Wow. You're pressed for time, but maybe in 30 seconds, Apostle, that point he has raised is very important. People need to talk, but sometimes the issue has been, who is responsible? When we have a conflict, when you have a disagreement, when we have this rivalry, who is responsible? There are those who think the man should take.
I would just like to put this statement, because I know time is against us, but I would like to put this statement. You know, when people concentrate on personalities, they will never be able to solve any family issues.
That's true.
The best thing is to concentrate the conflict itself, not personalities.
It's true.
Okay? So, let's say, for example, the issue is money. Concentrate on that, you sort out the issue of the money.
Exactly.
Don't concentrate on personalities. Because sometimes when you concentrate on personality, you attack each other.
Exactly.
And by attacking each other, you'll never sort out anything. If it is about money, this is the money that I earn. What do you want us to do with it? The wife the same.
Yes.
This is the money I earn. What can we do together?
Exactly.
And it will be simple. And I'm saying so, Mangicho. Sometimes I open the page of my life for people to read.
Exactly.
That's what I do. And for 42 years, I haven't had any conflict.
That's great.
With my wife. And she's a witness. If she's reasoning to me, actually she can say, Amen.
Wow, it's so nice to get a first-hand experience so that people can be able to know that things can still work out in our families there. It's like there is quite a lot more we would have wanted to talk about. We'll see whether we'll also maybe arrange for another round of this particular discussion. But because of time, allow us to bring it to a stop at this particular point. Thank you so much, Elder Julius Musau from Full Gospel Church, Voi. Very captivating thoughts and insights there. Apostle Dan Gishim, we appreciate your time and also for your contribution. There is an entire crew that has also participated in the production of this particular show, and on behalf of them, we want to wish you a blessed evening. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. My name is Mangicho Mola.
Wow.
Nuggets of Wisdom with Apostle Dan Gishimo.
God is omnipotent, and no human mind can fathom his greatness, because he is not limited by time, space, all matter. God is our creator and our redeemer.